impact,
impact,
thorough, thorough,
thorough,
assign, assign, assign.
assign.
The teacher assigned a different task to each of the children.
Assign different task. The teacher assigned a different task to each of the children.
They have assigned us the 2 large classrooms.
Assign.
Assignment,
Assignment. nhiệm vụ. Và phân công nhiệm vụ. Constitute.
constitute,
Constitute.
constitute, constitution,
Constitution.
constitution,
Constitution. Sự tạo thành. Sự thành lập.
constitution,
Constitution.
decide,
Decide.
decide,
Decide.
decide,
Why did you decide to look for a new job?
Why did you decide to look a few job?
I couldn't decide between the blue dress and the red dress, so I bought both.
Decide between.
They decided against taking legal action.
Decide again doing something. Decide again taking legal action. Decision.
decision,
Decision. Decision. Decision.
decision,
Decision.
decisive,
Decisive.
decisive,
Decisive. Okay, good done. Decision.
The final decision is yours.
The final decision is yours.
She has played a decisive role in the negotiations.
She has played a decisive role in the negotiation. She has played a decisive role in the negotiation.
disseminate,
Disseminate.
disseminate,
Disseminate. Disseminate.
The internet disseminates news more quickly.
Disseminate. The internet disseminates news more quickly. Disseminate. Sự truyền bá. Dissemination.
dissemination,
Dissemination.
dissemination,
The internet plays an important role in the dissemination of knowledge.
Impact.
impact,
Impact.
impact,
Impact. Impact somebody, something. Impact upon something.
Her speech made a profound impact on everyone.
Impact.
impact,
Impact. Her speech made a profound impact. Profound impact. Okay. Impact something impact on. Indeed.
in depth,
In depth. In depth. In depth. In depth.
in depth,
Không có gia đình thực. In depth. Chi tiết. Okay. In depth. In depth.
They conducted an in-depth study of the effects of unemployment.
Chi tiết ảnh hưởng của nạn thâm nhập. Disseminate. Disseminate.
The internet disseminates news more quickly.
Disseminate. Truyền bá. Disseminate. Giao phân cơ. Assign.
My mom always assigns the housework to me when she is away.
Cấu thành. Constitute.
All the different news sources constitute the media industry.
Design.
In any news medium, the only news is what the editor decides is news.
Impact.
Environmental problems may negatively impact our health.
Investigate. Investigate.
Investigative.
Investigative.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Investigator.
Investigator. Investigate. Investigator. Nhân viên điều tra. Investigation. Cuộc điều tra. Investigate. Liên quan đến điều tra. Investigate. Investigative. Investigation. Investigator. Okay. Investigate something. Link. Link A to or with B. Link.
Police suspect there may be a link between the two murders.
Murder. Politician.
Politician. Politician.
Politician.
Politician.
Politician.
Politician.
He's thinking of going into politics.
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 Politic. Chính trị. Political.
Political.
Politician. Politician. Chính trị gia. Okay. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
We subscribe to several sports journals.
Mua dài hạn. Subscribe. Đặt mua dài hạn. Subscribe to something. Đặt mua dài hạn. Subscriber.
Subscriber.
Subscription.
Subscription.
Mua dài hạn. Đặt mua dài. Người đặt mua dài hạn. Subscribe. Mua dài hạn. Đặt mua dài hạn. Thorough.
Thorough. Thorough. Thorough. Thorough.
Kín đáo. Thấu đáo kỹ lưỡng.
Thorough.
Thorough. Thorough.
Thoroughness.
Thoroughness. Thoroughness. Sự thấu đáo. Thoroughness. Thoroughness. Sự thấu đáo.
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly. Thoroughly. Một cách thấu đáo. Chạy từ một cách kỹ lưỡng. Thorough. Thorough. Kỹ lưỡng. Thấu đáo. Thoroughness. Sự thấu đáo. Đấy. Media. Okay. Media. Một bài test luôn. Okay. Link.
The teacher linked the class website to an online map.
Truyền bá. Disseminate.
The internet disseminates news more quickly.
Disseminate. Disseminate. Truyền bá. Thấu đáo kỹ lưỡng. Thorough. Thorough. Thorough.
The police carried out a thorough investigation.
Tác động impact.
Her father's death impacted greatly on her childhood years.
Impact. Chính trị. Politician.
The politician refused to talk about her private life.
Politician. Design.
Why did you decide to look for a new job?
Phân công. Assign. Assign.
The teacher assigned a different task to each of the children.
Assign. Investigate. Điều tra.
The police have been called in to investigate the murder.
Đặt mua dài hạn. Subscribe. Subscribe.
We subscribe to several sports journals.
Subscribe. Đặt mua dài hạn. Chi tiết là in depth.
They conducted an in-depth study of the effects of unemployment.
They conducted an in-depth study. Chi tiết. Cấu thành constitute.
All the different news sources constitute the media industry.
All the different news source all the different news all the different news sources constitute the media industry. I did. Anh có sợ gì? Vừa nhưng mình vừa mới làm mà.
Why do they have to assign us this impossible task?
Next, disseminates.
The internet disseminates news.
Subscribe.
We subscribe to a lot of music channels.
Điều tra investigate.
The accident was thoroughly in.
Okay. Thấu đáo kỹ lưỡng là thorough.
We must acquire a thorough understanding of the project.
New source. Cấu thành tạo thành. Coordinate. No. Cấu thành. Constitute.
All the different news sources constitute the media in.
Politician.
The politician refused to talk about her private life.
Link.
The projector is linked to a powerful computer.
Negative. Impact.
Environment.
Decide.
She finally decided against it.
In depth.
They conducted an in.
Financial statement. Decide detail forecast. Perspective. Translate. Yield something.
The research has yielded useful information.
Yield. Cung cấp sản xuất yield.
There has been a reduction in milk yield.
Yield. Reduct.
Desire.
We all desire health and happiness. Fewer people desire to live in the north of the country.
Outlook. Muốn làm cái gì? Detail something.
The brochure details all the hotels in the area.
My wife planned
He
our
gave me
honeymoon
detailed
trip down to the
instructions
last
on how to
detail.
get there.
Forecast.
Temperatures were forecast to reach 40 degrees Celsius.
Forecast dự báo. Chưa đưa sang
Experts are forecasting a recovery in the economy.
forecast.
He's worked as a weather forecaster for 5 years. The forecast said there would be sunny intervals and showers.
Forecast. Dự báo. Từ từ lượng từ dự báo.
Level.
Davies leveled the score at 2-all. Davies leveled the score at 2-all.
Level. Davis leveled the score at 2-all. Cân bằng. Level.
Are these pictures level?
Overall.
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 Overall. Chung tổng quát. Overall.
Overall, this is a very useful book.
Overall, this is very useful book. Nhìn chung tổng quát. Đấy. Liệt kê chi tiết detail.
The brochure details all the hotels in the area.
Sản xuất cung cấp. Yield.
The research has yielded useful information.
Yield. Sản xuất cung cấp. Forest. Forecast.
Experts are forecasting a recovery in the economy.
Mức độ.
We paid a lot of money for this room, and we expect an...
Chung overall.
I don't want to look at the overall cost of the holiday.
Tính từ và trạng từ. Ao ước muốn. Desire.
Fewer people desire to live in the north of the country.
Perspective. Perspective. Perspective.
Perspective. Perspective. Perspective.
His experience abroad provides a wider perspective on the problem.
Perspective.
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 Perspective. Không có ra được được. Bạn thái độ cách nhìn nhận không? Project.
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 Project. Project.
Ước tính dự đoán là động từ
A growth rate of 4% is projected for next year.
is projected. Dự tính, ước đoán, projected.
The unemployment rate has been projected to fall.
Project đoán. Projection.
Projection.
Projection. Projection. Projection. Dự tính, đoán. Realize.
Realize.
Nhận ra những kết luận.
We try to make these training courses as realistic as possible. We try to make these training courses as realistic as possible.
Realistic. Thực tế, nhận ra
She refuses to face reality.
reality. Hiện thực thực tại. Reality.
Reality.
Reality. Realistic. Thực tế. Target.
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 Target. Target.
Target.
We met our sales target for the year.
Translate.
Translate.
Translate. Translate.
Translate.
I translated his silence as agreement. I translated his silence as agreement. He translated the letter from Vietnamese into English. He translated the letter from Vietnamese into English.
Translated the letter from Vietnamese to English. Translate.
She works as a translator of technical text. He specializes in translation from
Typical.
Typical. Typical. Typical.
Typical.
Typical.
The factory typically produces 500 shares a week. The factory typically produces 500 shares a week.
Factory typically produces 500 chairs a week. Thường sản xuất thường typical. typically thường thường, typically type lại, typical điển hình thường, typically điển hình thường, điển hình thường. Overall,
I have seen overall improvement in your personality.
I have seen overall improvement in your personality. I have seen overall improvement in your personality. Forecast.
Experts forecast that the economy.
Typical.
The painting is a typical Rembrandt.
The painting is a typical Rembrandt. Translate.
Harry Potter books have been translated
Harry
into
Potter
72
have
languages.
been translated into liệt kê chi tiết. Detail.
The chief administrative officer disliked lack of attention to detail and insisted that such mistakes should never recur.
Attention to detail and insisted that such mistakes should never recur. Recur lặp lại lần nữa. Okay. Incur là chịu đựng. Incur chịu đựng. Recur lặp lại. Thái độ cách nhìn nhận. Perspective.
His experience abroad provides a wider perspective on the problem.
Provides a wider perspective on the problem. Nhận thức được. Realize.
Do you realize how difficult that stunt is?
To realize how difficult that stunt.
Stunt.
Mạo hiểm, dự đoán, ước tính. Project.
The unemployment rate has been projected to fall.
The unemployment rate has been projected to fall. Level.
According to many reports,
Target.
The campaign is clearly targeted at the young.
Is clearly targeted at the young. Desire.
We all desire health and happiness.
Muốn, outlook. Yield.
The research has yielded useful information.
The research has yielded useful information. Cung cấp, sản xuất.